put in tireless effort on my farm every single day. Yet, despite my hard work, I can only produce enough to feed my family without any surplus income. Farming really sucks.
Hey, farming doesn't really suck. Maybe you are just not doing things right. This is what big farmers and agribusiness experts are doing that you are probably not doing. The secret to succeed in your agricultural journey is planning. Every successful business starts with a business plan, and farming is no exception. As I preach on this channel a lot, you need to treat your farming venture as a real business if you want to make any money out of it. With planning, I mean getting in handy all the steps you will take, starting from your type of seed, choice of fertilizers, pesticides, herbicides, to the target customers and marketing techniques. This is what I will teach you to do step by step in this video. I am also going to lay out the expenses involved and your potential profit in maize farming at the end of this video. So if you really want to get out of that unprofitable farming stories present in Ghana right now, follow this tutorial step by step. Okay, cool. Now that you are all set, let's first talk about what a business plan is and how it can help you make a difference. A business plan is a detailed document that outlines the goals, strategies, operations, and financial forecast of a business. In the case of maize farming business, this will be a document containing your timeline, planting strategies, marketing techniques, and more. You might ask, how will a business plan help you in your maize farming venture? Number one, it helps you predict problems. All businesses, especially farming, can come with a lot of unplanned problems like weird weather changes, slow seasons, changing customer trends, and more. You can better prepare and anticipate these challenges with a business plan. The second one is it provides you with the best chances of success. While you can't guarantee success in any business, having a clear business plan increases the likelihood of reaching your goals and making a profit. Agricultural businesses can be arduous, especially if you don't have an advanced technologies to assist your hard work. This can sometimes cause the business owners to lose motivation or even feel reluctant at times. Having a business plan can help remind you of why you became an entrepreneur and can help you refocus on the missions of the business. There are many more reasons why you should have a business plan for your farm, but I wouldn't get you bored with that. Let's go quickly into how you can actually make. I have divided this into 8 simple sections to help you grasp the idea. It is an outline I made for you. Note that this can also work for other businesses aside maize farming. You just have to modify it accordingly. Okay, great. So this is how a business plan might look like. We start with the executive summary. This should feature the overview of the business concept and the mission and vision statement. It should also capture the competitive advantage in your business concept. Financial highlights and goals should be clearly stated here. This is what you are going to look back to when you feel stuck and burned out of motivation. This reminds you of the reason why you started in the first place. As everyone can start a business, but the motivation to keep going is what differentiates winners from losers. Your executive summary can be like, our maize farming business, Clem's Farm, aims to capitalize on the growing demand for maize products in Accra, Ghana, with a mission to provide high-quality maize products while promoting sustainable practices. We envision becoming a leading supplier in the region. We anticipate an initial investment of 5,000 Ghana cedis, with projected revenues reaching about 28,000 Ghana cedis by the next 5 months. The next aspect of your plan should feature the business description. This part shouldn't be complicated at all. It should just be the detailed description of maize farming business in this case. It has to contain the location and the size of your farm, objectives and goals. An example business description will look like, Clem's Farms is dedicated to maize farming, recognizing it as a lucrative opportunity due to its relevance in various sectors, including food, feed, and industrial operations. Our target market includes local customers, food processors, and livestock farmers. We plan to offer both raw maize and value-added products such as maize flour to cater for diverse customer needs. Okay, great. Let's talk about one of the most important aspects of your farming business plan. Marketing analysis should capture the overview of the maize market. demand and trends in the maize consumption, target market segmentation, that is either local market, food processors, etc. It should also contain the analysis of competitors. Your market analysis should look like: our analysis indicates a growing trend towards healthier and more sustainable food options, positioning our maize product favorably in the market. While competition exists, we aim to differentiate ourselves through product quality, branding, and customer service. Opportunities such as export potential and technological advancements further enhance the market prospects for our business. Now, how do you actually sell your produce once you have harvested? Your sales strategy should have your exact plan. This is essential to make sure that your produce gets sold as soon as it is ready. Marketing plan should contain your pricing, promotion, distribution, how you are going to carry out all of these things. It should also contain how exactly you plan to market or sell your produce. For instance, you could decide to do a direct sales to consumers. You could decide to do wholesaling where people will come and buy from you and sell. You can also do retailing, contracts, and more. Also, consumer acquisition and retention tactics should be part of this section. This is crucial. Let every customer you sell to become a permanent buyer of your produce. Okay, great. Let's move on to operational plan. Your business plan should capture how you are going to execute every single activity in your farm. This is from preparation, planting, maintenance, harvesting, fertilization, and all of these things. Equipment and machinery should also be captured here. While planning how to work on your farm, achieving a quality produce that is not flooded with chemicals should be in mind. You have to care about those consuming your product as well. Put in quality control measures to ensure this. Now, finally, your financial plan. Startup cost and funding requirements is what you capture here. You have to do the analysis and find out exactly how much you are going to need to invest in this business before you start it. And that should be captured under the financial plan. You should also know or project at least an estimated revenue that you can potentially make at the end of the business. And don't forget about the operating expenses such as labor, equipment, and the chemicals, fertilizers you will buy during the business. Now, finally, find out if the venture you are entering, as at the time you are starting it, is actually profitable. You have to capture the profitability analysis at this point. I am going to do a sample of cost and profitability analysis in a bit in order to give you a fair idea of what this section looks like and what to expect once you start your own business. Okay, great. Let's look at risk management. Every business comes with risk and farming is no exception. Under risk management, you have to lay out every potential risk. You have to identify these things such as weather problems, pests, market fluctuations, etc. While you note down the problems that might come in your business, you should also have a mitigation strategies to each of these risks that you come up with. For instance, if you forecast that at the first month of growing maize, it will be infested or it has the potential to be infested by fall armyworm, then you should have a strategy to mitigate this. That is selecting the right pesticides that you will use. You have to know this before you even get there. And that is the key to success in the business. The last and equally important aspect of a business farming plan is the timeline. That will be the milestones and timelines for implementation. This is one key aspect of a farming business plan. It gives you a fair sense of when exactly you are going to reap the returns on your investment. Example for maize, I know that if I grow the right seeds, by 3 months' time I will be harvesting. Therefore, in my business plan, I would include a return timeline of 4 months. The same thing applies to the date and times you will do your pest control and fertilization respectively. Now look at this cost and profitability analysis. This is what you might need in order to start your business today, and also what to expect. But please, before that, I have put a lot of work into putting this together to make sure that you thrive in your agricultural business. Would you also please help me by clicking on that subscribe button below now? Alright, thank you for doing that. Let's say you have a 1 acre plot available for your maize farming business. Here are the costs you should expect based on my most recent market research. Land preparations such as plowing and irrigation will cost you between 500 to 1,000 cedis. This cost arises if you would have to hire a tractor, for example. to do the plowing for you. I would use the higher estimate for analysis purposes. Procuring seeds for an acre plot will cost you up to 400 cedis depending on the type of seed you choose to grow. I have talked about the best seed varieties for high yield in Ghana in this video. You may want to check it out after watching this one. There are two types of fertilizers you might have to buy if you are going into maize farming: NPK and urea. For an acre plot, you will buy about 2 bags each, costing roughly 1,500 cedis. Weedicides will cost you a maximum of 200 cedis. Labor is also one thing you might consider, especially if you are unable to handle the farm by yourself. This can also cost you about 800 cedis today. In total, startup expenses for starting a maize farm on 1 acre plot can cost up to 3,900 Ghana cedis. Now, looking at the current average yield and the price per kilogram of maize in Ghana right now, 1 acre plot can give about 3,500 kilograms of maize, making a gross revenue of about 12,000 Ghana cedis. Note that this is not even the optimum, as you could get way more than the current average yield in Ghana if you do things right, and I have thought that step by step in this video. So how can you use this data wisely? The first thing is, don't start if you don't have the minimum startup cost or you do not have a sure means of raising it as you start your business. This is going to restrain your access to the right tools and necessities to ensure that your crops thrive and consequently run at a loss. And the most important aspect after having your startup cost at hand is to learn how to start the business the right way. Go watch this video right now to make sure that you are prepared.